Hey guys, your Asian Spirit here, and today I want to showcase off my Unchained deck profile. Now I've been playing Unchained since they came out in the OCG from the first day, and I've been like tweaking it here and there, but I kind of like this build that I made. So let's get on to it. Before we start, subscribe to my channel, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know how you feel, what else I could have done to change my deck. And also, please also subscribe to my partner's channel. We're part of Team MKS. His link will be down in the descriptions, and let's get this started. Okay, so let's start off with the monsters, the main monsters. I run a lot actually. I run 3 of the Unchained Twins Aruha. This one is just his effect is you take a Unchained spell and trap card, set it on it doesn't have to be Unchained, but any card on the field, you destroy it and special summon him out to the field, and then all their effects kind of trigger when they kind of get destroyed. So Aruha, all the Unchained Twins, when they get destroyed, basically you get to special summon Unchained monster from your hand or deck, and it's pretty awesome. So they're all 1500 attack and 1500 defense, and I'm not really gonna go over the second effect after this point. So I played 3 copies of this guy, and I played 3 copies of the Unchained Twins Rakia. And with Rakia, he has a quick effect where once per turn you can target and destroy 1 card on your own field. So like I like say 1 card's in attack position and he's in defense position here. I would say maybe during battle phase when they declare attack, because I don't want to take damage, I'll say if Rakia's effect and destroy and get a different one in the defense position. So that's pretty clutch when it comes into it. Yeah, so you can he can force triggers on your own cards. Then I'm not sure why they still calling this a twin, but because now it's gonna be triplets, right? But I play Unchained Twins. That's what it said on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh!pedia, something like that. It says called Unchained Twins, even though there's 3 monsters now. But his name is Unchained Salama, and once per turn you can target a card, not hakai. Hakai is what they call it in the OCG. An unchained card in graveyard, set it to your field, and then destroy 1 card on your field that's not himself. So basically what I like to do is get the search spell trap that searches the entire archetype, right? So I actually you can't do that, never mind. Forget I said that, but basically I like to just search it out, then take a different card in my graveyard, set it to the field, and then destroy it. It works out. Yeah. So that's it for the small guys. Now I play 2 copies of what is this guy's name? Unchained Soul of Disaster. And he's kind of a brick in your hand, so I really hope he doesn't come to my hand. But he has an insane effect on field where during your own turn, once per turn of course, you can target an opponent's monster that was a special summon monster and then link someone with it. So if it was just a effect monster, normal monster, special summoned, use it, go for a link 2. If it was a link 2, go for a link 3. If it's a link 3, it will go for a link 4. So it works out really well, and I like to just declare his effect first so I can trigger off some things for my opponent, so that way, like, because he's pretty powerful, pretty good field removal. And then his other effect is he revives unchained monsters from the graveyard. And he also gains 300 attack for every unchained card in the graveyard. So there's that. And then I play 2 copies of the Abominable Unchained Soul. I played 2 copies mainly because just in case one gets like called by the grave, I still have another copy. And then, so what he does is that if a card is destroyed on your field, you can special summon him from your hand, and then discard a card for cost, and then non-target destroy a card on the field. And then he can only be special summoned once per turn, so it's like a hard once per turn on a special summon. So, but his other effect is if this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, at the end of the turn it could come and special summon itself back out from the graveyard. And then after that, if it's destroyed again, it goes sent back to the deck. Alright, so I play a Kaiju package. So I play Gameciel, I play Doggeran, I play Thunder the King. I don't know his English name. Sorry about that, guys. I play a Jizzman, Jizzkill, and Radion. So I played 5 Kaijus. Pretty good removal on the field, and yeah. And then you can use Unchained Soul Disaster and Link Summon with it and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Very good monster removal. And then I play 1 copy of Codebreaker 0 Day. So when he's like linked, if he's what is it? Not co-linked, mutual linked with a link monster, that link monster gets like 1,000 points down. But I don't really play him to like to summon him. He's I use him for the effect of the Codebreaker link monsters, which I'll get into in a second. Sorry guys, I got a slight cough going on. And here's my hand traps. I play 2 copies of Ash Blossom. If you guys are watching this and you're in the TCG, just play 3 copies. 2 copies is our maximum in the OCG. And then I play 2 copies of Max C. It's probably the best draw card in the game. I wanted to play a 3rd copy, but I opted out for some other options. But in the TCG, you can just replace these with Pot of Extravagances, because you don't really, you use your extra deck, but you don't really go into it that much. The main deck is where it's at. So and then I play 1 copy of Ghost Ogre. She can potentially trigger the Unchained Link Force monsters effects sometimes, and it's a nice disruptor. And then one of these guys, I forget their names, but his effect is the whatchamacallit. So at the start of damage step, you can discard his card and special summon a level 8 Fiend monster from the graveyard, and they have to attack into it. So I discard his card, get the Unchained Soul Disaster. They have to attack into it. If they don't go over 3,000, they take the damage, the battle damage. But if they do go over 3,000, that means I just get a free special summon from the graveyard. So that's it for my monster lineup. And then I'm going on with my trap. This is called Abominable Prison, I think it is. So this guy's name is not Unchained, so he doesn't like add a stack of 300 tag to Unchained Souls, or you can't like reset it out to the field with Salama's effect. But yeah, but he does all the spell and trap cards for the Unchained archetype have the float effect if they were set and then destroyed. So that's pretty cool. And then they they special summon Unchained monsters from the deck. And this card specifically, this searches out your entire archetype, monsters, spells, and traps, their entire archetype. But unfortunately, I do not run the continuing spell card. I think it's garbage, so that's what it is. Alright, and then I play 2 copies of Kaiju Slumber. We play 5 Kaijus, and this triggers all your Unchained monsters effect if they are on field when they destroy them. and gets Kaijus on the field. This board wipe is pretty good. And then I play one copy of Pot of Avarice. Since you get your graveyard out pretty quickly and stuff, you want to like recycle things, maybe Kaijus for us to activate the second one or stuff like that. It works out. I like it. Like I said, since we don't have the max Cs, you could probably use Pot of Extravagance. We have this. You could probably take this out if you do run Pot of Extravagance. Wow, I can't speak today. Alright, and I'll play one copies of Heartbeat Feather Duster. This can be Lightning Storm for you guys in the TCG, and then one copy of Monster Reborn. Alright, and moving on to our trap. I am playing 3 copies of these guys. I'm trying to remember the names. This is the Escape of the Unchained. So basically, same floating effect when set, and the other effect is that you can target Unchained monster on field, and another card, doesn't have to be a monster, a card on the field, and destroy them, and then you can trigger your Unchained monsters effects. And then a Domino Chamber of the Unchained, basically a Called by the Grave for the Unchained archetype, and has the same floating effect when it's set. And then I play 2 copies of Torrential Tributes to board wipe and trigger my Unchained monsters effects. Alright, that's it for the main deck. So there's a lot of destruction going on. Alright, moving on to our extra deck. Wow. Extra deck, I play triple copies of the Unchained Soul of, I think this is, which one is this? Unchained Soul Rage. Alright, so Unchained Soul Rage is probably the best one out of the deck. So the Link Monsters Unchained Souls floating effect is that you can get cards back into your hand, which is kind of sucky, but whatever. You can recycle cards back into your hand. So Lagia's effect, or not Lagia because that's the Japanese name, Rage's effect is that you're on your opponent's turn. Wow, you can target a card and link summon into a dark monster. So same with the Unchained Soul of Disaster, you have to go into a link dark monster. So this one's during your opponent's turn, and then I play 1 copy of Brute Enforcer. He's also a dark, and just in case I need to get rid of problematic like continuous trap cards and stuff, basically you get him out on summon, you discard it, you target a card, discard a card, and if your opponent cannot discard a card of that same type, then the effect is negated. So just a one of, let's sometimes go into it, and then play 1 copy of Codebreaker Virus Swordman, and 1 copy of Codebreaker Virus Berserker. That's why I was playing that 1 copy of Zero Day, because he's a Link to Dark monster, and you can use Unchained Soul Disasters to go into him. And then you can special summon Zero Day if this guy is co-linked on either side of the field, and you can go about your day with that. And then you can go into this if needed to. So, but don't really like going into this unless they have like a bunch of spells and trap cards I need to get rid of. But yeah, don't really go into them often. Let's go with that. I played 2 copies of Anguish, and Anguish is the opposite of Rage, where instead of your opponent's turn, is during your turn that you get to take your opponent's special summon monsters and link with it. So yeah, just be careful, you guys remember that. I play 1 copy of 3 Burst Shot Dragon. He's a dark Link 3 monster, right? Generic. And Nightmare Unicorn is a dark Link 3 monster. You can go into him during your opponent's turn, which is broken. Not really broken, but which is pretty good. It's really good. right? And you get to bounce back any card on your opponent's side of the field. I play one copy of Topologic Trisbiana, or whatever his name is. Look at that, ghost rare. It's pretty good. As a monster, is special summon to as link arrows. I think it gets banished, unfortunately. It banishes all spells and trap cards on the field, so it's sometimes good. Just make sure you have your own spells and trap cards when you use this effect, or else it'll probably be pretty sucky. I play one copy of Topologic Bomber Dragon. He's a dark, link 4, only requires 2 materials, so he's pretty good to go into. Can end games. 2 copies of the Unchained. What's his English name? I'm trying to look it up for you guys. The Unchained Abomination. So he has a triple 3 of them things kind of effect where he destroys things on the field. So basically his first effect is that if a card on the field is destroyed, then he can target another card and destroy it. And then his second effect is a battle kind of effect. If a card is destroyed by battle, you can target another card on the field and destroy it. And then at the end of the turn, during either player's turn at the end phase, he can target a card and destroy it. So he's got triple destruction effects. That's why I'm playing the one copy of Ghost Ogre, because Ghost Ogre destroys, and then you can potentially like destroy another thing on the field. Alright, and then I could probably run 2, and then I run that one copy of Burrow Sword just to end games. Alright, so let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.